about water pollution. Now, in this topic, we are learning about some definition as well as case studies. Definitions like biomagnification, eutrophication, their types, and the thermal pollution. The previous class we learned about effect, causes, control measures of noise as well as air pollution. So let us discuss further here. First part, which is called biomagnification. Increase in the concentration of toxicant or non-biodegradable pollutants at successive tropical level, and it is called as biomagnification. In the examination point of view, they may ask for this for 1 or 2 marks question. Okay. Now, how will you define this? Now, increase in the concentration of toxicants. Toxicants here nothing but it may be a chemicals or pesticides from the man-made as well as human activities. Now, non-biodegradable pollutants, they are like plastics and all this the pollutant materials which is directly enter into the water. So now let us discuss here in a detailly. Now you can see near the picture here, this is a water. Zooplanktons means small animals, then the small fishes, then the large fishes, and then the birds. You can see here 1, 2, 3 and then 4 level. This is called as a tropical level, 1 by 1. Okay, smaller to the higher. Now once the chemical, pesticide or non-biodegradable pollutant enter into the water, then what happens? It has been taken up by smaller fishes. Then these smaller fishes will be eaten up by a little larger fishes, and this little larger fishes has been eaten up by the birds. That means the toxic level will be increases from the lower level to the higher level, and this is called as biomagnification. Now you can see the food chain there: water, then zooplanktons, small fishes, large fishes, fish eating birds. Okay. The next part will go further, which is called as eutrophication. So what does this says? It is a process of nutrient enrichment of water or consequence loss of diversity, or it is the process of natural aging of a lake by nutrient enrichment of its water, and it is called as eutrophication. It is of two types. One is called natural eutrophication, second one is called as cultural eutrophication. Now let us discuss here the definition. What happens here? So in the eutrophication, aging take place. Whose age? So the lake or river aging take place. So once the aging take place means the death of the nutrient, the death of the fishes, zooplanktons, phytoplanktons which are present inside the water also take place. You can see near the picture, there are two things you can see, naturally as well as culturally. You can see the sediment over there, and the sediment is more so that the water level is totally went less. Now, in another word we say aging take place. So now in the water a particular amount of the nutrient may present. Okay, so now these nutrient due to the man-made activity or it may be natural activity, what happens there? So it will reaches it may be reaches higher level or it may reaches the lower level. So this imbalance take place. Since the imbalance, the death of all the things which are living things in the aquatic ecosystem take place, and this is called as eutrophication. So let us discuss the definition of next types of eutrophication. First one is called as natural eutrophication. So you can see three of the picture nearby. So one picture says about the sedimentation. Naturally, sedimentation is more. Sedimentation means everything which is goes and settle at the down or a bottom of the earth, and the water level totally goes on decreases. Okay, and the second pictures and third picture says, you can see that the plants are there. Okay, water is there. The plant in the sense here algae, it may be a algae, it may be a fungi or a algal blooms. Okay, those are completely overlap with the water, and the water you could not able to see only, and that is about which is called natural eutrophication. So let me discuss the point here. Streams draining into the lake, increasing the nutrient nitrogen and phosphorus. Increase in nutrient encourage the growth of aquatic organism. Over the century, silt and organic debris pile up, the lake grows shallower and then warmer. Warm water organisms dominate over the thrive in cold environment. Marsh plants take the root in the shallow and begin to fill in the original lake basin. Eventually, the lake gives way to large masses of floating plants and finally covering into the land. Hope the points are very simple to you. You can see by natural process itself, the plants here in the sense the algae, fungi, which will take up, it is present all over the water, and the water quantity is going to be less here. So since the plants are present on the above the water, which are floating, okay, and the oxygen could not able to enter inside the water, so that what happens, the fishes and the plants and the zooplanktons which are present inside the water, they will die. And it is also says that the water and the nutrients will be more. Since the water nutrient is more, you could not able to survive, where the plants and animals which are present inside the water could not able to survive. So this is called as naturally the things take place, and this is called natural eutrophication. In the next part, we are learning about cultural eutrophication. As you can see the picture nearby, the first picture says that in between you can see a water, streaming of water, okay, and then nearby you can see a factories, the house, the agriculture, everything, and then the things which are taken up or given up by the water. Okay, it is receiving, all the things are receiving by the water itself. And in the down picture you can see again a sediment is more due to the nearby house as well as factory, agriculture and all these things. So in another simple way we can see the cultural eutrophication is the like a man-made activity. It is due to the man-made activity. So it is also called as accelerated eutrophication. So the pollutant from the man activity, in another word, man activity, it is also called as anthropocentric. So like the effluents from the industries and the home radically accelerate the aging process, and this phenomena is called as cultural or accelerated eutrophication. That is nothing but, so as I told earlier, the human's activity like washing of the clothes or washing the cattle in the water, and then the chemical industries releases the chemical directly to the water, okay, and the agricultural waste which is directly again going to the water. This leads to this leads to the aging take place, since in the water a proper mineral as well as nutrient also can be seen. When you added all these things, okay, suddenly the fall of nutrient level will be goes down, and all the sediment which has been thrown from the all your waste and which is goes and settle at the bottom, and so that the cultural eutrophication take place. So this causes again industrial waste, sewage waste, contaminants like nitrate and the phosphate also, which is comes and bind over the level of the water or inside the water. This also affect the uh, like unpleasant smell. When you can see stationary or a stagnant water, you can see a unpleasant smell you can take place, and oxygen level will be very less in the water, so this leads to the death of the fishes take place. Okay, and then finally the death of the lake take place, where you could not able to see any of the organisms there, and this is called as cultural eutrophication. Next part, something which is called as therma or a heat pollution, thermal pollution. So the definition says warming up of aquatic ecosystem. Why does the warming take place? The warming take place due to the thermal power plants. The thermal power plants from the factories or industries which contain a chemical which is a warmer or a hot, which is directly enters into the water, so that the water ecosystem will be get polluted. So now, in order to avoid this, the industries or factories, they have to apply the coolants, so that the water, the hot subject or hot chemical could not enter directly into the water or a lake. So this get mainly the effects like the thermal waste water eliminates or reduces the number of organisms sensitive to the high temperature. So commonly the fishes which are present, the plants and animals which are present inside the water, they are very sensitive to the high temperature. Once these things are entering into the water, they may suffer, they may cause death. And this will also causes damages to the flora as well as fauna. It is okay. The same way we can see it will also affect the plant or plant ecosystem. Next is about case study. Case study in the integrated wastewater treatment. So you can see near the picture how we have to control this water pollution. Now in a particular place that is called as Arcata, the place which is present near the California, they have done this case study, that is a project. Okay, so you can see two pictures there. One is about one side completely greenish as well as yellowish color. In another side you can see a bluish color water. Okay, this is a place which is called Arcata Marsh. Okay, down picture says marsh is nothing but plant along with the water. Plants are there on the water which are floating, and then water can be seen. Now let us discuss the point first, and then let me go for explanation. It is done by integrated manner, artificial as well as naturally. So I have told here mainly in the town of Arcata, which is near the California. Okay, there are two stages treatment here. One is called conventional method, second is called as modern method. In conventional method we can see sedimentation, filtration and chlorine treatment. In the modern method, so they have taken a 60 acres of land, marshland, and it has been divided into a 6 connected marshes. Okay, in that area the plants, algae, fungi, this has been added, which helps in neutralize the pollutant. Then the water will be allowed to follow through the marshes to get rid naturally, purified naturally. And these marshes also contain fishes, animals and the birds. And these things has been done by a group of citizens, those who are called Friends of Arcata Marshes. In another word, say FOAM. Okay, these people are taking care of this project. So now let us discuss here. I hope the points are very clear to you. You can see the picture here now. This is about the land. This land is about 60 acres land. which is completely polluted. Nearby the land, the people who are there here, and those people are called as friends of the Arcata marsh. Okay, and then they have decided that they have to clean up these things, polluted water. Now, how they can treat the water means by using the sewage treatment methods. Now, in those sewage treatment method, which involved two stage, one is called as conventional method. Okay, conventional method. Second one is called as modern method. So now in the conventional method, okay, before that, so this land they have been divided into a 6 partition so that they can clearly treat the water. Okay, now in the first part, conventional method, so I have explained you during the microbes in sewage treatment, same thing they have been followed here. Sedimentation, the water has been treated by sedimentation, filtration. Like sedimentation in the sense the water contained the polluting material, the heavy material goes down and the water is up. The effluent again has been filtered properly, and those effluent has been treated by the chlorine. Chlorine is the one which will helps in clean up remaining one, the remaining pollutant it will clean up. Then after that they have went for second type of treatment, where you can see here in this part you can see they have added natural biological materials like plants, algae, fungi. What they will do? So they will clean up naturally. So they will neutralize all the pollutant which is present in the water. Okay, then finally this treated water they have allowed for the marshes. That means in those marshes, it is marshes in the sense like this, you can see the plant as well as the water, and those marshes also contain fishes as well as animals and the birds. Okay, this is like a sanctuary. So in that naturally the things has been purified take place without adding any chemicals here. So those fishes, animals, birds and then fungi, algae, they will clean up the water and then it is get purified. And this part you can see over here. Okay, this is act as a sanctuaries where the people come and visit the place. And these things has been done by a group of people called Friends of Arcata Marsh. In another word we say FOAM. Okay, and these are taking care of this project. I hope this you understood this, right? Now thank you for watching.